show. Make us like I love you. Can't you see? I love you.
No female animal having something like that with another female animal. So why should we human beings should do it that way?
I was actually suspended indefinitely because I'm a lesbian. I just had to come home and face reality. My parents don't take care of me at all. No money for food, nothing. Even when I'm sick, they ignore me. And it's just heartbreaking knowing you have a family but don't have a family.
There is a higher being that created you. And the only way to understand the reason and the purpose of your creation is to go back to the manufacturer's manual. In the Christian faith is the Bible.
People have brought something up that this is devilish, this is evil, this is an abomination, this is that. It's very difficult being gay in Ghana.
Islam stands completely, unequivocally opposed to any unnatural approach to sex.
The media houses that I wanted to work with in Ghana, and nobody was ready to give me a job. And that's just because of the stigma that surrounds my community. So this is going to be the very first time that I'm using your medium to say that not only am I an activist for the rights of Africa's sexual minorities, what you will call the LGBTQI community, but I am gay. It is a truth that I've accepted, and it is a truth that I live by.
People in the LGBTI community must not be discriminated against because of who they are.
Will never initiate or support any attempts to legalize homosexuality in Ghana.
The debate about homosexuality has been dominating our airwaves for some time now, especially since the beginning of this year. We've heard a lot of opinions from religious leaders, human rights activists, and almost the entire society criticizing homosexuals. What we haven't heard are the stories of gays and lesbians who are forced to live their lives in the shadows. Why they have chosen to be what they are and how they are coping in the Ghanaian society is the question we ask. In this documentary, I will be speaking with some homosexuals about their sexual orientations and how they cope in a society which hates them for who they are.
My whole life, I see myself as a man because I feel my homos in me are male. Yeah, I think I'm a male inside, but outside is a female.
I see myself as a female and I'm looking for a male to be with.
Meet two homosexuals, Vika and Abeku. Vika thinks she is a man, whilst Abeku is convinced he is a woman. Vika believes she was born lesbian. Abeku, on the other hand, ended up gay as a result of circumstances that characterized his life as a boy.
So it's about 11 p.m. here at Osu, Oxford Street, where a lot of people are gathered here. It's the street bash here. We are about to speak to a lesbian. Hello.
Before I grew up, I was acting like a man. Yeah, so everybody knows me. Whatever this.
Vika, who is 40, says she has felt this way ever since she could remember.
Yeah, I think it was from birth, because all my behavior was like a boy since I got to know right from wrong. Yeah, because the reason is I see myself as a boy, and I think whatever a man can do, I can do it. You understand? Yeah. My behavior, things I do, the way I walk, that's what I feel. That's what I feel.
Growing up, Vika knew homosexuality was an abomination, but she couldn't tame her desire to have intimate sexual relationships with other girls.
I was able to capture 3 girls in class, and we were doing our stuff. After classes, when school closes, we go to the devil's corner and have a nice time.
In her 30s, she caved into pressure from her parents and immediate family and married a man.
Well, it was pressure from my family. They wanted me to have children. I've been able to have 2 boys, but I'm no more with their father because he thinks I'm a lesbian. It's just someone told him, and I wanted him to show me the way he couldn't.
You being a lesbian, looking at it even affecting your marriage. How does your parent take what you decided to do?
My mom knows who I am, and I think I find comfort being with a woman.
Finding a partner among lesbians is not easy. Vika tells me how difficult it was getting her current partner.
She's not been to my house before, but we've been seeing each other. What a man and a woman does, we do the same thing. That's why we got straps.
And you are satisfied using that? You good?
Yeah, because that's what I am.
It is a hot Sunday morning in one of the suburbs in Accra. We meet Abeku, a young and energetic boy, and about 5 to 6 feet tall, a well-built man with broad chest. Abeku is simply handsome. 28-year-old Abeku giggles as we broke the news we are there on the issue of homosexuality.
When you are a gay, means what I understand. I never go out. I don't go out. When I'm going out, wear a woman's dress, make up myself, make lashes, do all this. I don't do that. But I'm so the gay bottom because it's in me. I am who I am.
During his childhood, Abeku exhibited some feminine manners in his speech, gestures, and other ways of showing affection.
And my mom get divorced. That time I was about age of 14. My mother left us, so I was the one who's taking care of my sister. I'll go around and sell in the morning, then we'll use that for our school. Those are the kind of things that made me go into. It's just a guy who did this to me my first time. It is such a guy that I used to pass in front of their house whenever I'm going to school. And like always when I'm going, he'll be giving me some things. Sometimes food, sometimes money. When I'm in need of bag, clothes, he'll buy it for me. And then one day, I realized that these things happened between me and him. Though he did not force me, but I feel pains, I was bleeding, but he asked me not to tell my family about it. And truly, I didn't tell my family about it because I know the kind of father I had. It wouldn't be waste for the guy, so I try as much to keep it as a secret. So he took me to hospital, he buy me drugs, then he treat all those, and so it's like we've been doing it several times. And
on that fateful day, how did it happen?
What happened is that it was Saturday morning. I went there he was the one who used to teach me my homework. So always I've been there, and it's like he used to always claim to tell my dad that he likes me because I'm someone that I'm intelligent. He likes me. He wants to help me. So it's like everything I do it at his house. Whenever I close work, he's the one who will help me do my homework, my school uniforms. He's the one who will wash them, iron them, always. So sometimes even in the morning I took my bath there. Yeah. So it was Saturday morning when that happened between me and him.
At this point, 17-year-old Abeku succumbed to this new life. Upon advice from his good Samaritan gay friend, he moved to Kumasi, where he had to find love in a certain guy in order to get shelter and work.
I fall in love with a certain guy, a certain young guy. When I say, okay, I'll just be managing this one into the right time can. So I was with the guy when one day a police people just came and arrested me to the police station. And when I was in the car, the police people were saying, tell us the truth, tell us the truth. I was asking them, what truth? What will I tell you? I haven't done anything. They say, if we reach the police station, you tell us. And it's like they were beating me in the car, those things, up till we reached the police station. I spent about 3 days there. They threatened all my friends not to come and visit me, or else they will get them arrested.
In Africa and other conservative societies, people who are tagged as being homosexuals face a lot of stigma. They are scorned and rejected by all. So after prison, Abeku became a misfit in his neighborhood.
The way they treat gay people is not good. If you get a case and it happened, it's a gay, when you go to police station, everybody is trying to ignore you. Everybody's, go beside me, go. You bad luck, you are batty. God fire you. What? You know, when I went to prison, I go through all those. I cry a lot, I suffer a lot there.
According to Abeku, his father, upon hearing his son is gay, disowned him and threatened to kill him.
Yeah, it has affected me so much because by then my family never knows that I was a gay. But when that incident happened, it was my friends was like, we shouldn't tell his father because his father is like this, so we should handle it. It's like, but when the thing is getting worse, like they see that I'm still keeping long there, so they have to inform my father. So later that my father was informed, so they have to tell him the whole truth about the case.
What about your sisters and your other siblings? How do they take the fact that you decided to be gay?
Yeah, my sister, the one I've taken care of her from everything, she knows I'm a gay now, and she's even blaming herself. She said it's because of her I got into all this. We are so lovely, we are so like, we are normal, we are brother and sister.
For most homosexuals, there are days when circumstances draw them to try and explore sexual relationships with the opposite sex. So they try. Many have given varied responses regarding how they feel about what societies generally accept as a natural way of having sex. Abeku tried a sexual relationship with a woman.
Women like me a lot, but I don't like them. No. Whenever I'm with a guy, I enjoy it more than when I'm with a lady because I'm not used to it. Dually, I done it some times ago. There was a certain girl who was disturbing me. I done it several times, but I don't like it. I don't love sex with ladies. I don't like it.
Abeku, on the other hand, would love to get married, though the laws in Ghana don't permit gay marriage.
I would love to marry. I would love to marry. It's nice. It's lovely. Because I want to be with someone that can make me happy. Someone where I want to be where I'm happy. Everybody plays close to where he'll be happy. So I want to be at where that my heart will be okay. So to me, I see that being with my guy, getting married with him, staying with him, do whatever that, there's a lot of things that I'm doing in secret. I can bring them out.
Sexual orientation is a person's sexual identity in relation to the gender to which they are attracted. The fact of being heterosexual, homosexual, or bisexual. To be a heterosexual is okay, but questions are often raised when the choice is homosexual. Such a person must be suffering from a mental problem. It's one of the many assumptions people allude to. Dr. Gordon Donner debunks that.
And indeed, the issue about homosexuality has been one that has been contentious within the scientific community, to the extent that the decision to expunge it as a disease from the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual and other manuals that classified it previously as an aberration had to be by a vote. So they voted, and they had a slight majority in favor of expunging it as a disease. So officially, sexual orientation problem is it's the female in a male body. That's the literal translation, and science does recognize it. This has to do with sexual orientation, whether you is a male or female. Sexual orientation is a function of the brain, and it also develops to very sophisticated levels like any organ system of the human body. Maybe the middle finger and index finger can get together, and not separate, or you have an extra digits. All of these are aberrations.
In 2013, the Pew Research Center, a think tank in the USA, conducted a global attitude survey. They asked over 40,000 respondents in 40 countries what they thought about 8 topics often discussed as moral issues. It included homosexuality. Among the 40 countries, Ghana was ranked first as a country that majority of its citizens regard homosexuality as morally unacceptable. The society has exhibited in many ways the disregard to the creeping sexual orientation, catching up with especially the youth in the country. In 2015 alone, close to 20 people were attacked because they were perceived to be gay. On Tuesday, November 10, a young man believed to be in his late 20s wore a green shirt and khaki shorts and had makeup on. The suspected gay man went to Kejetia to buy clothes from street hawkers, and due to his dressing, residents who set eyes on him started throwing sachet water at him. It took the timely intervention of the Kejetia police to save his life. Another popular one was one Albert Apia, who was beaten up by a mob which claimed he was gay. He was also saved by the intervention of the police. 2 students of the Pokuwari school were nearly lynched because the students suspected they were gay. Vika, the lucky one, who has not been attacked, recounts how some of her gay friends on a regular basis are set up and assaulted.
Well, a friend once told me he was friends with some guy, and one guy also wants the boy, and he framed them up. Like, he was talking to the boy, they were in their room, they were in his room, they were just chatting, and the guy went to call the boy's mom, and they just came to arrest the boy. The mother went to call the police, and they arrested the guy, and he was in Sawam without reason. They didn't let him speak, they didn't let him explain anything until he was able to call the Human Rights Advocacy Center. They were the ones who helped him, and he was out.
You are a lesbian. When you hear such stories, how does it make you feel?
I feel bad because I think everybody has a right, you understand, as human beings.
The Human Rights Advocacy Center is a non-profit independent research and advocacy organization which aims to promote and protect human rights in Ghana.
Why is the Ghanaian community so harsh on homosexuals? So the 2 things comes to bear is culture, religion. Culture, Ghanaian says that we don't agree to that. So they consider homosexuality as a thing of foreign importation into Ghana. You hear the arguments, and then people say that homosexual has been in Ghana ever since before it became popular in the country. So I think that is the religion, right? Everybody you talk to comes across like it's evil, right? The Bible says, the Quran says that it's evil. And
the Ghanaian society is hostile towards gays and lesbians. Even religious leaders cannot be excluded. Pastors, imams, and even politicians have all spoken vehemently against homosexuals and acted in a way that discriminates against them. Vika, once an active Presbyterian, tells me she shivers anytime a whole sermon is dedicated to the curse of homosexuality.
I get afraid sometimes, but I forget it the next minute because I'm doing what I want to do. Yeah. And we learned in the Bible that Sodom and Gomorrah was condemned, and even as I'm now speaking, that land, not even green grass grows there. It scares me, and I pray to my God to just forgive me because He knows who I am. He just forgive me and give me a resting place in His bosom when I die.
Abeku, on the other hand, is not bothered by the posture by religious leaders.
I always feel bad that I always just say they are not God. Yeah, to me, when they say you are this, God should do this, I see that they are not God. Yes, to me, maybe at the end of the judgment day, me that you think I'm a gay, I will be banned and this, maybe I will be the one who survive. So I just see that it's like, that is what is in their mind they are saying, but that is not what God is doing it.
The legal status of homosexuality is somewhat murky in Ghana. The Constitution protects all people regardless their gender, which some interpret to protect gays and lesbians as well. Under Ghana's criminal law, same-sex sexual activity among males is illegal. It is uncertain whether same-sex sexual activity among females is illegal as well. Dr. Gordon Donner says this is double standard.
But my argument is we have various sexual orientations. So the person has a sexual orientation to sleep with same sex. Another can have a sexual orientation to sleep with animals. Why we frown upon, we legislate against the one that sleeps with an animal, and we don't see anything wrong with the one who sleeps with same sex. So for me, it's a kind of a double standard here and there. But be it as it may, officially, homosexual issues are said to be normal sexual orientation, and it has come to be. But there is still controversy and divergent views within the scientific community.
Because of how the society perceives and acts towards gays and lesbians, many are compelled to suppress the feelings. Dr. Gordon Donner explains because many often try to fight the tendency of being gay, it ends up in many psychiatric complications.
Well, we have a group of homosexuals we call Dystonic Homosexuals. They are the ones you are trying to describe here. They are the ones who don't want to accept the kind of state that they are in. They figure out it is not okay for me to be sexually attracted to another man or another woman, and then they begin to fight that inner feeling. It brings all manner of psychiatric problems to them, psychological problems. Some get emotional, overtly emotional. They develop anxiety problems. Some develop mood problems like depression.
Parents and family of homosexuals are often hit hard by criticisms. Jane is a mother of a lesbian.
I remember I saw a vibrator in her room. I didn't know what that was, and I asked her what it was, and she said it's a massager for the back. I didn't know it was it. No, mom, you don't expect me to know anything about these girls. No, after secondary school, she had a boyfriend, a guy I knew. He always come to the house and we talk. And one day the guy wanted to tell me something like my daughter was a lesbian, and it was a blow. It was a shock. I don't know how. I was like, but she has a boyfriend. You are her boyfriend, so how come? She said we don't have sex. I just touch her, and she touches herself, and sometimes she will come with her partner. That was when I started investigating the kind of girls coming around the house, and I realized that there was this particular girl who can come to my house for weekends, and I wanted to stay away, and my daughter was very angry, very angry.
But others can't afford the embarrassment of finger pointing, and so take stern decisions. For example, Abeku's father is seriously worried about his son's sexual orientation. Both Abeku and Vika say they and their other gay friends will boldly come out if Ghana's president supports their rights to be homosexuals.
Everybody has right. Yeah, it should be very, very bold. Because we are in the world. We are already in the world. It's a sinful world. And I don't think one must be stopped for what he or she wanted to do.
Scientists like Dr. Donner believes it is about time government became clear about the country's stance on it.
I think more importantly, as a people, through the legislature, we must be explicit what we want. Just like we have laws concerning people who sleep with animals, and it's explicit, unambiguous, we should have explicit, unambiguous laws concerning sexual orientation matters. Having had that, the law must recognize that there is help to rectify the problem if we deem it as a problem for those who are living with these issues.
However, Mr. Doyi of Amnesty International, for instance, believes it is not necessary for the president to come out and take a stance.
So, yes, we recognize that there are moral issues to be dealt with, but who decides on what is morally right or what is morally wrong? It's not the state.
Perhaps an intense public education is required to ensure a better understanding of sexual rights. Our morals, culture, and traditions all come to the table when issues of homosexuality are being discussed. Until a rigorous education is done, the attacks and discrimination will continue. For Hotline, my name is Prince Apia.